Closely tuned in because I have some incredible information to share with you today, not only about this past week, but also the upcoming events. First of all, we've got to say a special thank you to Dr. Tim Clinton. He ministered so effectively to the leaders of city elders. It was just powerful. Him being a clinical psychologist and the leader of the American Association of Christian Counselors, he was able to pull back the layers of the onion, as it were, and reach deeply into our hearts, and he ministered effectively to him. We had a great crowd this past Thursday evening, but the most response that we've been getting is how powerful the testimonies were coming from FRC's leader, Tony Perkins, and he, in their weekly program with Family Research Council, highlighted Arkansas passing the SAFE legislation. Now, what the SAFE legislation is, it's a prohibition to doctors to administer hormone blockers to children, to adolescents. This is an amazing breakthrough legislatively. They're the first state in the nation to pass this legislation. It puts a halt on many of the facets of the LGBT agenda, particularly the transvestite agenda, which is pushing gender fluidity and sexual orientation, or I should say reorientation. And so this legislation put a hammer to that in a strong way, in a multifaceted approach. And Tony said it was the City Elders Council of Fort Smith that was the primary catalyst on getting the word out. Now, this is powerful. The legislator that was on the program from the Fort Smith area, as well as a local pastor, and then Chris King, who was one of our core four in starting city elders in Fort Smith. It was a phenomenal boost and testimony to the effectiveness at city elders at the gates, particularly the legislative gate. And so then secondly, the powerful testimonies coming from District Attorney Jason Hicks and Pastor David Morrow from Duncan, from Stevens County. They brought an amazing testimony to the meeting that there are now 30 churches working together in Stevens County to advance the kingdom of God and to put the brakes on the agenda of wickedness in their county. Now, Jason Hicks is the DA over 4 counties, the 3 other counties connected with Stevens County. And they are working together with their mayor, their city council, with other political officials, the superintendent of the public school. I'm telling you, Stevens County city elders has got it going on. And not unlike many other city elders counties across the state. Now, what I'm letting you know is we are building momentum. There is so much interest generated in the city elders' mission and vision, and I've been working feverishly along with many others to get the blueprint completed and the video series on the foundations of city elders so it can be duplicated and distributed across the nation. We have, I believe, a God-given strategy for multiplying city elders across the nation like overnight. And so I'll tell you more about that in the future. So that's about last week. This week we have Senator David Bullard. He is a powerhouse and he's one of City Elders' favorites. He's going to be coming to share this Thursday, June the 10th, along with C.L. Bryant, Fox News contributor and participant in Freedom Works. And he's been with us before. He's a powerhouse as well. You do not want to miss this Thursday, 8:30 a.m. at the Marriott, Tulsa Marriott Southern Hills. Intercessors meeting at 7:45. Also, after the general session this Thursday is our intercessors gathering. It's the second Thursday of the month. And so keep that in mind. Also, in this same SMS text message, at the bottom of the text message, there is the link for our next month's banquet with Major Jeff Struker from Black Hawk Down. We have a powerful promotion on this little video clip. Now, the focus for July is going to be veterans and the military. And it's going to be a powerful month. The whole month, we have a lineup of speakers that is just A class. And so par excellence. So you're not going to want to miss. But we want you to promote and distribute this invitation. It's the promo for the Black Hawk Down presentation. Jeff Struecker, Major Jeff Struecker, was the Humvee. He was the officer over the Humvee detachment that saw everything that took place in Mogadishu, Somalia. And so he's a powerful man of God. He has an incredible testimony, and we're believing God to pack the place out, not with just our regular city elders attendees, but we want to focus particularly on getting Christian veterans. Now, we're not a missions organization in terms of, we're not trying to turn this into an evangelistic event. We're not just inviting veterans per se. We're looking for Christian veterans who love the country, who love God, and are prepared and willing to get engaged in the city elders movement. So that clarifies and qualifies specifically who we're looking for in terms of inviting veterans. We're looking for those that are governmentally engaged and have the mission and vision and passion that the city elders movement is advancing. So keep that in mind. But what I'd like for you to do is at the bottom of your SMS text is that link. I'm inviting you or asking you to take that link and send it to 10 people. Identify some veterans who love God from your church, from the community, and leaders, pastors. This is an opportune time to bring your veterans and let them get engaged. And I got this from General Flynn. General Michael Flynn said, if you're not tapping into the resource of the men of God who've served in the military, that love God and love the country, you are missing out on a vast resource for kingdom advancement. And so we're believing God that this is the moment. The promo will bless you. So help us circulate that promo. Send it to 10 people. Now, lastly, tomorrow, June the 8th, there's a ballot initiative on education finance. And they're trying to solicit over $400 million. Now, I'm going to take time to read this. These are some notes from Rhonda Valemont Smith, as well as Michael Bates. And so I want to tell you why we are encouraging you to vote no on this ballot initiative for finance. In 2015, the Tulsa Public School District received $415 million. And the stewardship of this money and the proper management of it, not talking about indiscretion, we're just talking about proper stewardship and investing it in the right things. The Tulsa public school system is not just failing, it has been failed for quite some time. The national average for Tulsa public schools is a D-, but most or many of the schools in the Tulsa public school district, they score an F across the board. They have lost 6,500 students. 16,000 students from the Tulsa public school are failing. Last year, during the COVID, the Tulsa public schools received $210 million on the COVID financial corrections, as it were. And so out of all of these factors, and there are more, I'm going to be adding in our update in the email a link for Michael Bates. He has done an excellent job of giving an overview why all 4 of these initiatives we need to vote no. Now, it's not just voting no, it's getting the information out. So I'm going to ask you to not just send and forward the invitation for next month, for July 1st with Major Jeff Struecker. I'm going to ask you to forward this entire text so that your friends can see the information. The Tulsa public school system, I hate to put it this way, it's a failure. It is a failure. And we are doing everything within our power. We are strategizing, planning, organizing right now to see to it that we replace board members across the board, that we get godly leaders with a biblical worldview and a conservative value system, constitutional conservatism. We are failing our children. The school system is failing. That means we are failing to get the proper people into the school boards, superintendents, with guidance and leadership and oversight. That's why government determines order. Government determines levels of prosperity. Government determines levels of success. And the school board is the operative governing factor of the school system. We must clean the slate in the school boards. And we have meetings coming up this month. We've invited Dr. Jerry Griffith, as well as others, to come and address this. And now we are mobilizing. I told you many months ago, you must build an army before you declare war. And we are declaring war on wickedness, on incompetence, on liberalism, on failed systems that cause failure to be perpetrated in the school systems with the children. We can do better than this, and we are going to do better than this. So I want you to advance forward this text, the whole text message. It has this video clip in it, and it also has the promo for Major Jeff Strucker for July the 1st. God bless you. I know this has been a little bit long, but I had a lot of information to share and such amazing testimonies coming in of victories because of city elders. And it's because of you, your participation, your prayer, your giving, your engagement. We are not just making a difference. We are making dramatic impact for the glory of God and the advancement of his kingdom and righteousness in Oklahoma, in Tulsa, and beyond. God bless you. Love you. See you this Thursday. Don't miss it. It's going to be a powerful meeting. 8:30 a.m., Tulsa Marriott Southern Hills, this Thursday, June the 10th. See you there.